Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Chef Vic Cuisine. Today, we're making challah bread. Now this bread is like a work of art. It's light, it's airy, and has a really rich flavor. And you can customize it to whatever shape you like. So, let's get started. Alright, so for the ingredients, you're gonna need 2 1/4 teaspoons of dry active yeast. You can only find that amount in one packet. And then you're gonna need 1 1/2 teaspoons plus a 1/4 cup of granulated white sugar. You know, keep those divided. Then you're gonna need 3/4 cup of warm water, a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil, 4 eggs, and you're gonna use 3 for mixing and 1 for an egg wash. Then you're gonna need 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt, and then 4 cups of flour. And optionally, you're gonna need 2 tablespoons of sesame seeds and 2 tablespoons of kosher salt. So to get things started, in the bowl of your stand mixer, you're gonna add the yeast, the 1 1/2 teaspoons of sugar, and the 3/4 cup of warm water, and you're gonna mix that until it's dissolved. And for best results, the water should be about 110 degrees Fahrenheit. If it's too cold or too hot, the yeast won't be able to activate. Let this mixture sit for about 10 minutes to allow the yeast to proof. It should start to foam and slightly rise. After the 10 minutes, you're going to mix in the vegetable oil, the 2 eggs, one at a time, and the egg yolk. And then finally follow that up with adding the remaining sugar and salt. Once that's all combined, you're going to slowly add all 4 cups of the flour, a 1/2 cup at a time, to the mixer as you mix it on a low setting. When the flour becomes dough and too thick to whisk, you're going to switch out the whisk attachment to a dough hook, and then you're going to knead it until a smooth dough is formed. Transfer the dough into a greased bowl using either a non-stick spray or butter, and then you're going to cover that bowl with either plastic wrap or a lid. And you're going to let it rise in a warm place for at least 1 hour. And with a little TV magic, the hour has passed, and you can remove the lid and punch the dough down. You want to do this on both sides and then cover it again and allow it to rise for 2 more hours. So once the 2 hours have passed, you have the choice of either making 1 large challah loaf or 2 smaller ones. And before you get started, make sure you lightly flour a flat surface to braid the dough on. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to make 1 smaller challah loaf and 2 other styles of forming the bread. So whether you make 1 large challah loaf or 2 smaller ones, the beginning and the process are the same. The only difference is the amount of dough you'll use and the length of the cords that will be made. Make sure you stay until the end of this video to get a sneak peek of the recipe I'm showing you guys how to make next week. So this loaf, you're going to have to cut the dough into 6 pieces and then roll those pieces into cords. And then you're going to pinch all 6 of those cords at the top together, and that'll be your starting point. And you want to make sure that throughout this entire process, all the tops of the 6 pieces stay combined. Now for the process. You're going to start by taking the strand all the way on the right and move it over to the left by 2 strands, with the end of the strand at the same position as the other 5 ends. So next, you're going to take the strand that is second to the left and move it all the way over to the right, overlapping the other strands. Now take the strand that is furthest on the left and move it to the right by 2 strands. Now take the strand that is second from the right and move it all the way to the left. And with that, this will create a new starting point for the braiding. And now you're going to repeat the steps that I just mentioned, starting from the strand all the way on the right until the challah is completely braided. And then you're going to pinch the ends of the dough and tuck them under the loaf. Next up, I'll show you how to make an easy twist braid challah. So all you have to do is form a long cord of dough, and then you're going to take a fork and place it in the middle of that dough, and then start spinning your fork either clockwise or counterclockwise until all the dough is wrapped into a nice round shape. Next up is the crown braid for the challah. So this one requires just another long cord of dough. And with this strand of dough, you're going to take a sharp knife and cut little sections on one side of the dough, as you can see in the video. Once that's done, you're going to grab one of the ends of the strand and slowly start wrapping it around itself until the crown is formed. And at the end, pinch the loose end of the dough onto the bottom. I used the remaining dough that I had to create some more crown braids. I found like these are the most eye-catching and the most fun to eat. Once you're done braiding all of the dough, you're going to place the braided loaves onto a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Whisk one egg to create an egg wash, and then you're going to brush the egg wash over the top of each loaf. Once you apply the egg wash, you're going to let the loaves rest for 1 hour. Making bread can be such a time-consuming process, but trust me, it's always worth it in the end. The flavor is always there. So after letting the loaves rest for an hour, you're going to use the remaining egg wash to brush a second coat on the bread. And now at this point, you can start sprinkling on any of your favorite toppings. I normally use sesame seeds and kosher salt, but you can also add poppy seeds or whatever you'd like as well. You're gonna bake these at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 degrees Celsius for 20 minutes, or until the loaves have turned golden brown. After the 20 minutes, you're gonna remove them from the oven, and then you're gonna let them cool for 10 minutes. And you wanna serve this bread warm. And now you can pat yourself on the back because you just finished making some amazing creative works of art in the kitchen. If you have a braiding style that works best for you, let me know what it is down in the comments below, and I'll try it next time I make challah bread. As usual, this recipe and many more are available in my cookbook, Chef Vic Cuisine, Volume 1, Finding Your Inner Chef, and that's available on Amazon. And I'll make sure to put the link in the description box. What I love about challah bread is that it has such a nice golden brown exterior, but then when you break into it, it's soft and light. This bread is great for sharing at a large dinner table as well. Thank you all for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to this channel. And don't forget, next Friday, I'm going to show you how to make these buttermilk pancakes. And until then, peace.